Hey folks, it's Florida Deere. Thanks for joining me today. Today I wanted to do a little video on the little bull loader and its bucket work. I've shown you a little bit about the grapple work before and kind of given you some intro videos, but I figured today I would kind of show you a fair amount of work that I've been doing with it at the house, and so you can get an idea of whether this piece of equipment's going to work for you or not. So we'll start with this clip right here. So as you can see here, I'm trying to smooth out an area that used to have a tree last year, and I did the stump grinding last year as well, so there's a fair number of wood chips here, but there's also some extra grassy part on the top I'm trying to scrape off and trying to kind of make it level with the rest of the surrounding ground. I don't know if you can tell, it's a hump right now, but that's what I'm trying to do here. So again, the rest of this video is going to be sort of a demonstration of the little bull loader for the 4X5 series. If you wanted to, you can get $100 off if you mention Florida Deere on their website. So I think that's a pretty good deal. And I mean, I think it's really done everything that I've asked it to do. As you'll see through the rest of this video, it's not been an issue. I did have one hydraulic issue, but that was on the tractor with some old couplings, and you'll see that later on and what the issue was. So it's really been a good tractor, or it's really been a good loader. I mean, it's an okay tractor, and it's been a pretty good loader. I haven't had any issues with any breakages or anything like that. And as you can see, I'm not really babying this thing either. I'm making it do whatever work I need to get done. And I am probably maybe a little harder than the average person on equipment. I do maintain my equipment well, but I do want it to work hard and earn its keep. So, and I have treated the little bull loader with, nothing less than that expectation from the rest of my equipment. So, hopefully you enjoy the rest of the video. So here I'm just showing the lift height of the boom on this little bull loader, and just trying to show you that it can get up over a pretty substantial height, which this is I want to say 50, nope, not 50, like 64 inches or something. So it's almost 5.5 feet that it can lift over, and it just barely makes it, but nonetheless, you can see that it does work. And honestly, this is probably one of the more satisfying aspects of bucket work to me, is when you're starting to do some back dragging. I think part of this is just because it's the final product. You get to start to see, what you've been working on and how it's turning out. I think that's the issue with the back dragging. It's not that I like back dragging more than regular bucket work. It's just that you get to see what your finalized product looks like, and also you're close to being done the job, which is also helpful. So, you can enjoy that. You can see it does a pretty good job. I would say this, I am going to add a tooth bar to this bucket and see if it performs a little bit better. I think that generally buckets in general perform better with a tooth bar on them, whether it be for back dragging or for regular dirt work, or as you'll see in a future video, in conjunction with the grapple. But again, you'll have to wait for that video because I don't have that one quite ready yet. But I just wanted to show you about this little bull loader and what it's capable of. So this is kind of starting out, this is the backyard. I'm starting out kind of a little bit of the, I would say, government work here. Basically, we're going to be moving a dirt pile from one location to another location. That's all we're actually doing. And I didn't want it in the location that's in, so I wanted to move it over, like further, behind these logs and closer to the back of the yard. And I wanted to free up the area around that tree that I'm behind right now. And so that's why I call it government work, is just because we're just moving dirt from point A to point B. that's basically just a few feet away from each other. So it kind of looks like a construction site here in the state of Florida, where it doesn't seem like a whole lot's going on, except for you do notice that the one pile of dirt is in a different location than it was the day before. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this part of the video as well. Okay, so it looks like I found something a little suspicious here, and I think we'll get into that right now. Well, so this is also kind of funny, because, I mean, I have moved that thing around, and I do not remember seeing a drive shaft. It's been there for clearly a long period of time. Okay, folks, so I decided to leave this clip in because, if you're new to loader work, then you might find yourself in a situation at some point in time. Usually it involves mud, not sand. But the way I got stuck here is I ended up setting the ballast box on the ground, so the ballast box was low enough to where it could hit the ground. Well, once the ballast box hits the ground, I don't have any traction on the rear tire, so that's what's going on here. Plus, it's not a four-wheel drive, so I've lost basically any traction I've had. So what you can often do in a situation like this, if you cannot get your tractor out with two wheels or the four wheels that are driven, you can often use the bucket. And so you can pry yourself out of the hole with a bucket like I'm doing here. So just so you can see, and you can see once the ballast box has some little air under it, it will definitely give some more traction to the rear tires. Hope this helped. So here I am doing a little bit more back dragging. Well, actually I'm filling some dirt right here, just where the hole was where I got stuck. And I'm just back dragging this. As you can see how it sped up about 5x, so you can see it's quite a bit more pumpy than it actually looks, but you get the idea. And as time goes on, it gets a little smoother and a little smoother with each pass. So your first pass is probably not going to be perfectly fine, and this is where you use the full float or the float mechanism on the hydraulic circuit. So anyways, hope you enjoy this part as well. Like I said before in the video, this is kind of a pretty satisfying part to get everything smoothed out and leveled out. So, we have one questionable coupler, which we can fix pretty quickly. We have a few others we can throw in there. I don't know how long that sucker's been dripping like that, but it seems like the performance of the machine has dialed back a little bit, so I don't know if I've been leaking the whole time or what. But we'll get this going and definitely something we can fix right here. Okay, folks, so as you can see here, this is pretty well smooth. Of course, I got things like brick here and root to the tree, so I'll move that and a clump of dirt there. But for the most part, I'll just grade this out with my bow rake there in the back, and then it'll be done. I mean, I could probably do a little more smoothing with the tractor, but I'm gonna have to replace that coupler. And anyways, I mean, the good news is the other 3 couplers are not leaking. So, and I have like 6 extra couplers, so that's pretty cool. Hey folks, so this wraps up this video on the bucket work that I was doing with a bull loader on the 445. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button. I'd appreciate that. That'll certainly help the channel. And if you want to see more videos about either this product or some of my other garden tractors or the John Deere 1 series, you can click the subscribe button here as well. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video. Again, thanks for watching. Bye.